on the server. Jane is going to be posting big.
Okay, this better work.
Can keep up. That's another thing. All together as we get into the first round of the major here. As we Avanger, Renegades here, Swiss format, best of one, and we can see Avanger sitting on the T side of Renegades. They're just getting ready to purchase up here to be fit to kick things off. I'm sure a name you're all familiar with, and some of the others maybe not so much. Kick Up, for example, a great fragger. We saw him in London last week, looking fantastic with Jane. They're probably the two star players here. Maybe Buster comes in number 3. The
Don't ask me what you know is true. Don't have to tell you I love your precious heart.
I was standing, you were there, two worlds colliding, and they will never tear us apart. For 1,000 years, hurt you. I told you.
Roll. James is a fantastic flashy AWPer. He has nice.
I've got no idea what my stream's doing. It only happens when I'm streaming, apparently.
Well, but Simple can also be one of the best riflers in the game. So you have him in a hybrid role, and James focusing full time on the AWP. We know CSGO is leading towards a meta where double AWPs is viable on almost every map. Maybe. Let's say
Right, maybe I can do these.
We have him in a hybrid role. And Jane focusing full time on the AWP. We know CSGO is leading towards a meta where double AWPs is viable on almost every map. Maybe.
What is this?
Let's say Nuke, for example, definitely.
What is going on?
Some others you wouldn't consider it, but overall, it's not a problem. And Na'Vi need firepower right now. And that could be a perfect replacement.
Yeah, certainly. We've gone through shifts in meta where based on how teams are playing and based on.
Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed right now.
Some teams are running no up at times.
Sure.
Just kind of bringing it out when needed.
That's in Liquid, for example, just had the AWP that would come out.
Why?
I think we're back to the point now where double ops are very formidable, and I think that if you're right, Simple is so talented and so dynamic. You take Flamey off of that second off because
who's going to be going where? What contracts are ending? Who's getting bought out? I feel like we're going to have so many changes. It's all about this event, really. It's all led up to this point.
During the
Why?
pre-show when we were chatting back and forth.
Is it gonna make it impossible for me to stream this? Why can't I stream this? Every other time I do this, it works. My internet's fine.
Worry. I remember actually doing a PUBG.
Yo, welcome dude. For some reason, every single stream, like when I stop streaming, it's perfectly fine. When I'm not streaming this bit, like, but when I'm streaming this, it doesn't work.
That kind of alleviates that.
I don't know why. Why?
Top team, and I think that they've showcased already that chemistry is more important than individual skill, as the case of G2.
Like, what the hell?
Month before Happy was removed, and I feel like how are these decisions still being made? Like when these teams are formed, how are people not pointing out and saying,
Please work.
yeah. This doesn't work.
But welcome, man. I've lost everyone, so hopefully I can get everyone back. Because I'm going to be watching for a while. I mean, luckily this game was meant to start 20 minutes ago. I think it's working now. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go here. Yeah, I tried the YouTube stream. Like, because the thing is, my internet's fine. I don't get it.
Possible to break, and it's the old dog new tricks thing. The meta's changing. You got young players that you can mold into that. The old guys just too stubborn, perhaps, in their approach at times. Yeah, definitely. I think it's
Like, it's gonna look scuffed, but
came through the open qualifier. I don't consider
how does that look?
Qualifier caliber because obviously they're a new roster. They had to play it, but they're one of two teams. The other team being the South Americans.
That'll do.
Absolutely.
This is working now. So my quality is like lower than normal, by the way. But hopefully we can get everyone back in here, because that'd be sick.
It's definitely going to be some upsets in this tournament. There always is. The Swiss format, it's why I enjoy it so
Tyloo versus Vitality, that's going to be a good game. Greyhound and Cloud9, that'll be cool just because it's Greyhound. Vici and Fnatic.
If you look at Vega, for example, can you tell me one tournament we saw them at the entire of 2018? They don't play anything but the majors. They turn up focusing on this event, ready to show their new ideas and approaches.
Yeah, and look, even with what I'm about to say, they still play less than some of the busy European teams that aren't the major. North, for example, Heroic now that they're kind of rebranded and expanding and pushing out this new roster. They still play. Look, there's still CIS tournaments that we don't see. Dig through HLTV. There's results there. All right, we don't get them thrown in our face quite so much on English streams. Sometimes they're only streamed in Russian or Ukrainian or various other languages. So they are still playing. It's just that it's not in the spotlight per se.
Absolutely.
Still definitely playing live.
Ooh, that's my keyboard, but go Renegades.
Well, we have got Avanger to kick things off, obviously hailing from the CIS region, Kazakhstan specifically. Do you have them beating Renegades here? The other boys seem to be quite confident that Avanger are taking this.
You know what, I do. And Renegades, sure, kind of like Hellraisers, up, down, back and forth. They've had more put it this way, Hellraisers was a team I expect was honestly, when you removed a few of their players and they moved over to Flipside and then they made that massive change sort of 2016 to almost switch to a European core, I thought they were just waiting to die at that point. I thought they were going to
Renegades, Fnatic,
they've obviously reinvented themselves.
Tyloo, Cloud9. Vitality should win, but I feel like Tyloo's a question mark for me, honestly. I feel like they can win.
They were downhill slowly, you know. I hate to big up Chad, but you took him out of the equation, took out some leadership, and for a while they didn't necessarily have a direction. Kassad left for a period of time. Lost Ship was used on the desk. I think they're going to find their form. I think they're going to get back there. We're starting to see some more Australian talent, as well as some of the Kiwis getting involved. But yeah, against Avanger right now, no, I can't see it.
Well, the thing is, that's what's exciting, right? We don't know what Renegades will be doing in that 3-week boot camp. As Sean said, it sounds like a long amount of time, but when you have fundamental issues with things like communication and basic approaches in terms of trading and having your executions on point, 3 weeks, yeah, sure, it sounds like a lot, but it can actually cause more issues. You can unearth some sort of things and focus too much on the problems you have and actually cause yourself more issues, and focusing on that too much going into it, you won't be as loose.
Fair enough.
And it could actually
I mean, from a firepower point of view, they're obviously a lot better.
Super tactical manner. It's more about working with their star players and actually getting those first picks and being ruthless. They don't let their opponents start the executions. They're down in your grill before you really have a chance. And that's where the Jane is a bit of a specialist at. For users who watch maybe perhaps the majors and not sure some of the players here. The Renegades guys, a bit more household, but Jane, he's actually one of the highest rated AWPers in Europe right now. You might not know that, but he obviously doesn't play the big tournaments. You take that with pinches. So hopefully we see what he's capable of today. Granite's faction I was very excited about when he first joined Renegades. He looked fantastic in the online portions when he first joined. Haven't really seen that translate to land yet, and whether he can step up here is another huge question mark for Renegades. That's, I think, one of the main ones for them.
Well, we'll bring back Instana at this juncture as well, because
Dude, are they going to start?
there, and obviously, Trace, we touched on a number of things. Country representation, 2 Kiwis coming in. It'll be the first time we've had them at the major. There's actually more Australian than Danes. Are they going to get beyond this?
And I guess my real question I'm going to pose to you guys is, did you know that a kiwi is a berry?
Is it really?
I thought it's just a fruit. It's a fruit.
Just Google it. It's a berry. Nonetheless, yes, that's right.
Listen,
we'll
I
be
know
taking
fruits
over.
when I see them, and it's a fruit.
Okay, look, man. Google doesn't lie. It usually doesn't anyway. Now, I guess we could kind of start to talk
Yeah, I
about
know,
what
but
is
like
going
still,
on. Yes, there's a little bit of delay, but it's not
a little bit of delay.
These things do happen, and for what it's worth, we will be getting that matchup underway. But we just could not resist the temptation to talk about what everyone else is talking about. They came out late last night. Chad was deep in his slumber. Sean, I could hear him through the wall of the hotel. He's on the other side of the room here. And he was just reading it over and over and over again. The patch notes. Now, a big update here coming from Valve. Very, very, very close to the major itself. And I guess we should describe what the problem was beforehand and then what the patch actually fixes.
Okay, so there was a lot of discussion on Twitter yesterday. If you missed it, if you don't have a Twitter, if you're not a tweeter, you don't see those bits. Basically, it's about a bind with the radar playing behind smoke grenades. Now, smoke grenades in CSGO, before this update, you could sit behind them or close to them, zoom in your radar, and then as the smoke faded, you would see them on the radar before you'd actually be able to see them with your crosshair. So, with that in mind, there was a lot of back and forth, a lot of drama over this bind situation. Valve clearly weren't aware of this, because if they were, they would have patched it earlier. So this Twitter drama has actually helped move this along. They patched it overnight, and it's been fixed. So now they show up on your on the screen before on your radar.
And it was pretty fun to watch on Twitter, nonetheless. I'll give it that.
I got involved.
Yes.
Yeah.
And to clarify, I mean, this has been around since the start of CSGO.
Yes.
This isn't something that, just came up.
Sure.
But Astralis has gotten extremely good at killing people as the smoke's faded. And that's where all of, the craziness started to come from the other players. There's a little bit bitterness, I guess.
Yeah, and this is the thing, right? From my perspective anyway, I'm not pinning the Astralis victories or the Astralis era on using the bind to get the most out of Counter-Strike. Personally, I think that would be a cop-out, and I don't think any player would publicly say that they think that, but there's going to be, exactly like you said, some bitterness towards these guys being clearly the best team.
Yeah, I mean, it's an idea that perhaps there's a reason these guys are on top right now, and there's a reason they can't be dethroned, but I have to say that I don't think that this is specifically it. Now, if you're just joining us, yes, there's a little bit of delay, but at this point, talking about this update, I'm just going to read the actual patch notes here from Valve. Fix the radar spotting enemies through smoke mechanic to behave behave the same regardless of the game server tick rate, and to not reveal enemies on the opposite side of the smoke until the smoke effect dissipates. Now, what that means is, yes, before you could, in fact, see people through the smoke via the radar, but now that's sort of all changed, which is positive, I'd say.
Yeah, and it's not even just the fact that you get that kill, right? So an example would be you smoke left side mid on Inferno, and you just go sit in it as a T, and then as it fades, you see the red dot on your radar, and you just need to run away. And you have all of the info as to how they're playing that arch side and on the A side, and you can then abuse that with utility. And that's what a lot of these top teams were doing. It's not necessarily getting the kills, a lot of it's the information. And that's gone now.
The fun thing here for people who are newer to Counter-Strike or just Counter-Strike Global Offensive players, back in previous iterations of the game, the radars didn't actually show the enemy, right?
Didn't show anything.
Exactly. 1.6, if you look at it, it's archaic. It's literally just a green circle, and it had little dots that would move, and the bomb was flashing red, right? So that's how you were able to locate where the bomb was dropped. But other than that, we didn't have any of this stuff going on. Now, that brought in a lot of questions, at least for me. Do we actually need the enemy to be on the radar? Because we spoke already in the show about how important communication is. I think that having it on the radar for the casual fans, that's what it helps, right? It helps because you're not always going to get people with microphones who are not going to communicate. We're not going to be nice people. Whereas there has to be some workaround, and Valve just fixed it straight away. So problem solved. You can take my solution well and truly out of the equation.
Yeah, and there were quite a few solutions that were put up there. I mean, we talked about putting a delay on what would be the pop of the enemy blip on the radar, maybe adding a second to that coming into visible sight, and obviously that's out of the equation now. But Sean, do you think that the right move was made here?
I do. You have to commend Valve for their quickness in releasing this patch. I mean, literally, they released it within a day of all of the drama on Twitter. So, I mean, clearly they didn't know about it prior to that. It wasn't really made public as much as, the last 24 hours. But you have to, commend Valve for fixing it so quickly.
I think something else to note here, though, is why did it have to end up in Twitter drama before Valve were able to make notice of it when we have a player association in Counter-Strike now?
Yeah,
we have members tweeting vocally who are on the board or the council or whatever it's called as the player association. Isn't that their job to regulate themselves in that regard?
Yeah, I mean, there's a channel to these things. There's an appropriate way to approach them. I mean, nonetheless, it did get done, but that can't be the precedent going forward in terms of how we're going to try to get updates and things done.
Definitely so, yeah.
Valve have come online and been very active and animate in terms of making this game the best version of this game that we've seen to date, and I believe that some could even consider this change the cherry on top.
Yeah, I think, you know, obviously we're experiencing issues right now. They tend to crop up here, there, and everywhere. And we want to get the game started as quickly as possible. And I'm sure Valve want to have as few problems with their game as possible as well. So this is nothing that anybody wants to be seeing. People don't want to be losing momentum. I'm sure we'd love to be watching and casting some Counter-Strike right now.
Indeed, but I still think Counter-Strike Global Offensive is by far the most polished version of Counter-Strike.
100%.
People get lost in the fact that there's small bugs here and there, but they don't remember what smokes used to be like in 1.6. They don't remember all lining up and having to take screenshots.
Woo! Fuck, they're still offline. Yeah, none of the. Is this stream working? Well, that's cool. Well, that's gay. You gotta be clicking this like one, and then go to the Patreon, go to Twitter. This one's cool as well, because what you do, right? You come here, and what you want to do is you want to go like this, and you want to be like, "Hey Sassy, I love you. Here you go," and then pretty much you just do it, and then you get the top of the list, and you're cool. You're cool. Yeah, and that's how you do it. And then and then someone actually does it.
To be exact.
We could delve into, Matt was talking about earlier, the Danish teams and the fact that Astralis is the only representation here, whereas, yeah, over especially the last, what would you say, probably a year and a half, 2 years, Danish teams have been the talk, right? People saying Danish Counter-Strike is a hell of a drug. Obviously, we know that, North, they've had their issues, but there was a period there where they were considered, what, top 8 team in the world?
Yeah, I mean, even Optic. I mean, you look around the Danish team, there's so many top players, so it's shocking to only see one out of, the challenger stage.
Well, I mean, the thing is this, right? We've got Astralis who have really set the bar across all of Counter-Strike. They have come out to be this Danish powerhouse, and then you have this sort of weird funnel or vortex underneath them of people trying to find that second tier underneath them. already they've set the bar pretty high. But if we're talking about Danish players, I mean, we've seen some of these teams in just a downright frenzy in terms of trying to get it going.
Well, I think if you look at North now, they got rid of their coach Ave, who was a legend of 1.6 days, and it appears that they are trying to do more of a structured setup that Australis have, where there's more onus on the coach, you know, more pressure on that player. So they brought in a new coach, and they obviously just played that tournament in London that you're at.
He's undefeated.
Mither.
He's undefeated. It's not too early to retire. I think you know, having won that one tournament, he would go, you know, undefeated in his career. Yeah, Smither is the guy.
Do you know much about him? Because there was a Reddit thread just after that event talking about him and his history.
About who he is. Now, what he did say, though, I did get a chance to talk to him a little bit, was that the whole idea of him coming over there is kind of uproot things as they were. They weren't content. Obviously, not making the major is a pretty big deficit to try to fill or avoid to try to fill. And if you're this coach walking into this lineup that's sort of in shambles and being berated across the internet, I'm not even really sure how you approach that one.
It's a mess, right?
I always thought North had such good organizational structure that I feel like they don't really need to, you know, turn everything over and just start from scratch.
Fire sale.
They have such a good system in place. It's just they need to fix things because nothing's working right now. They don't look as structured as they were with MSL.
I wouldn't mind grabbing that coaching point and talking a bit about it, because considering that you're not playing professionally at this current juncture, I'm sure that you've got a lot of like coaching offers, and you may have even thought about a couple of them.
Sure.
But more from not the offers, not where you could be going or anything along those lines. If you were going to approach the coaching role, how would you start? Because I know talking to Yanko, he wants it to be his ship, right? He's the one who gets to call the shots and actually, you know, set the regiment for the team.
Love it
It's
too.
definitely difficult, right? Because you need to walk that line between being super strategic and being just a leader, and actually being, you know, I think Zeus has done a great job of being a leader, and I think there's other coaches that have done, you know, the full-out strategic aspect. I think that's what Yanko's bringing right now. I've yet to really. Yanko also has that leader aspect, but it's so hard when you're dealing with personalities like FaZe.
Yeah, I mean, you're dealing with the top dogs, the guys that have been there, done it all. If we want to talk about leadership styles, we can actually take a look into the Avanger side of things. As we do.
Dude, can we just start the game?
Underway. We're going to get a chance to hear what the
Boys, are you still in here?
has to say. He's down there with Frankie right now. Let's go ahead and check it out.
Oh, I need to fix this.
I'm with Dastan. Welcome to Katowice. Now, you guys, we saw you at the major in Boston, but unfortunately, you guys had to miss London through not making it through the minors. So, what's it like for you to be here this time?
What? Can you repeat question?
No problem, no problem. So, you guys, you didn't make it to the London major stage last time. So, what's it like to make it this time?
Right now we are. I think we are stronger than in London major. We lost in a previous minor, but now we became a more experienced team, and I think we're ready to go into next stage.
And how have you been working with the guys? I know you've been with the team for the past couple of years, and really, in the last few months, you guys have had an upwards trajectory. You're clearly getting stronger and stronger. What are the reasons why?
Because we participated on a lot of LANs, on LAN tournaments, and we had more experience. Our team is young, and this experience helping us to play stronger, play more confident, and we youngest team here, and we became stronger and stronger.
Let's talk about your IGL Jame as well. There's a lot of love for Jame out there. Everyone thinks he's a bit of a beast, but I know that he was actually briefly benched back in April, but now you couldn't imagine the team without him. What makes him such a strong player?
I think he, after benching time, he watched to his game in other way, and he plays more on his own things. He plays, I don't know, something changed in his mindset. And after that time, Kicker became IGL, and it helps to him to become more focused on individual game. And I don't know, he's very strong right now. It's our leader.
And how have you been preparing for the majors? Because I imagine you've got your eyes on that legend stage.
We're living in Kiev. We prepared 2 weeks previous. We played little tournament.
That'd be so awkward benching Jame and bringing him back. Yeah, it would be. But sometimes it's like what a player needs, you know what I mean? It gives them time to look at how they play, you know? Makes them...
Let's actually talk about ice.
Someone with the right mindset, it'll make them work harder to be able to get there.
And you took him to overtime, and that last match was the last map was quite a closely fought thing. Did that guys give you a bit of a confidence boost going into this?
Yes, I think it's for us playing against Navi. It's a bit easier because they are from CIS and we know them in other way, and it's a bit easier to us. We played them a lot, but it was close. But time working for us because we are a younger team and we will have a lot of chances to beat them.
Dastan, are you being a little bit cheeky about the fact that Zeus from Navi is 31?
What I should say?
You keep saying, we've got a really young team in Avanger, and we know that a couple of players in Navi, a little bit more experienced, right?
Edward and Zeus are 30 years, and I don't know how many years they will play, but it's in my team are younger. They will beat them in future.
Okay, I can't wait to see that match. Maybe we'll see it in the next stage if you guys make it to Legends. Good luck, Dastan. I can see Fitch waiting to run across and get back to his desk. So good luck, and we'll see you on the other side.
What?
We'll see you on the other side. No worries. Let's get this show on the road, shall we, boys?
Oh, yes, that's right. Das Vidania, my friend, and we will see you on the other side, perhaps even around the server, maybe even in the server if we're lucky. Yes, we could talk a little bit about this Avanger team, maybe even talk a little bit about some of the stuff that they might offer here on Train, maybe some expectations from them.
I did mention Jane was the highest rated player for these guys on Train. With AWP, you were going to be expecting him to be roaming around a lot and prioritizing that weapon just by looking at the numbers, right? But it's the other players of this Trace who really would be the key components, because the AWPer can get the picks, but it's more about the riflers, getting the bomb down, playing the closer angles, the clutches. AWPers can dominate a map like Train, but not as much as previous iterations. I feel this one, they're a bit more muted in that regard.
Yeah, in the early stages of this map, AWPers were very good at, dominating the map, but now utility is so strong from the T side that you don't really see it an AWPer takeover. Exception, Guardian, obviously against Cloud9 at that last E-League event. That was absolutely insane what he did. But yeah, I highly doubt we're going to see James take over this game.
Well, a player that can take over the game, and should he find that rhythm within Avanger here at the Major, would be Fitch. Hailing from what would have been Tingri a long time ago, now we can take a look at some of the tendencies of what will go down on Train. We've got a closer look at what Fitch has to offer.
First of all, if my team goes to the B, I always ask my teammates that I have to lurk or play aggressive. If I play aggressive, it means like they will hold and wait till I die or kill someone. Then they will push B side. If I'm hiding and I'm playing like a lurker, they gotta play first on B side, then I lurk behind the enemies. So that's it. So usually it's his decision, the AWPer's decision. He's always like, yo, Fitch, come on, we're just gonna pick the Ivy together. You have to run with me and I will pick him. If he's hiding, I will like cover you on the right side of Ivy. You gotta walk by the wall on the right side and you gotta pick the left side of Ivy. That's it.
Oh yeah.
If my teammates are out from T-main or pop, if they are out, I can go to the right. If they are still inside B apps and T-main, I gotta go left. Like, there's no point to go right because they're like, there's enemies in B everywhere.
Nice.
Yes, and what could be a mismatch of play styles, or it could be a very dominant performance on either side. That's actually how this game works. In case you didn't know, Sean, it could be very lopsided, but nonetheless, it is the first team to 16 that tends to win these things. And talking about Train just a little bit, we did see a little bit of a flash there. It's not subliminal messaging, it's actually what Train looks like. And we're going to kind of dive into some of the things maybe to expect and look out for on the map of Train.
Yeah, I think what Fish just went over about Ivy is spot on, right? That's exactly how you want to play as that Ivy lurker. You play super reactively as to the information he receives. He's talking about sometimes he'll go left, sometimes he goes right. It's all based on the pacing of his teammates, and when Jane goes Ivy with him, he determines everything as to how they peek and prod around Ivy.
But there's lots of emphasis put on players like that who are left in those more lurky style positions. Sure, the occasional rounds they have more backup and they'll take territory and actually try and fight and contest, but your instincts there as an individual player, you get told what the best protocols are, but you're kind of left to your own devices in a lot of occasions, because sure, you're relaying that information, but you might see a gap that could be game-changing, round-changing, and sometimes you just go for it. They're make or break plays, so there's lots of pressure put on those individual players on the T side. But we can talk a little bit more about
because
meta at the moment
it's
on the
2 rounds of best of ones tonight.
The matter is the CTs tend to be playing one player solo
2
inside
rounds.
low ramp, playing for information with the utility, and they play 4 leaning towards the outer bomb site to stop rushes. This means the T's normally within the first couple of gun rounds are going to lean towards that inner bomb site, they're going to go for an execute, and that's to keep the CTs honest and make sure that they can't be playing that 4 lean.
Dude, I just want this to start. Just keep talking to me. Keep talking to me. That'll help me. It'll make it go faster. That's the whole idea of this stream, is that I talk with you guys.
What I really like that has changed recently on Train is the Ivy person playing to the left side, almost by E-box, spotting from very deep. You know, Navi actually really started pushing this a lot, with Simple giving up Ivy, playing the left side with his teammates, who would then have to obviously...
You hate men, what's up?
And T mid, but they're all on that, I guess if you're...
Can this just start?
As opposed to, you know, playing the back lanes. And that's something as an Ivy player that if you recognize, it's very, very important that you relay that to your teammates, because you can abuse Ivy time and time again.
And that's going to put a lot of pressure on the second inside, or normally the connector rotator, right? Because if someone gets out Ivy, then he's going to have to rotate back around towards that CT spawn, and if the communication isn't there, if he gets out an instant that Simple's flashed, or, you know, there's a smoke, and they're not 100%.
Why not?
There's a lot of territory that can be given up there.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Aggressively can be caught in limbo.
Just asking your reasoning behind it.
T-side Train, it used to be so fast-paced. It used to be a lot of outside executes. That's really tapered off in recent times.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to talk about fast paces, and perhaps, you know, whoever team is starting here on the T side in the first match of the day, they're going to have to determine that for themselves. How they want to start this off, if it's on the right foot or if it's with both feet ahead of them.
Oh, well, I don't. I think you want to be on the right foot, like literally your right.
I'm not sure how both feet ahead would work here, but now that we've gotten that out of the way, yeah.
Okay, can this start?
This is definitely something you want to look at here. We can talk a little bit about.
Are you pumped?
Some of the op potential on either
Are we
side.
pumped? Hello, welcome to the stream, man.
Potential to really change a game.
Dude, I just want this game to start.
I guess when we look over on the other side, what are we looking at, Chad?
That's Travis Faction's job, right? He's going to have the tall task there. I'm going to be interested to see how it plays out now. This is one thing we haven't talked about yet, is about the AUG meta. And on a map like Train, maybe you won't be getting that secondary AUG as much, because the AUG with the scope, you're probably going to be having 2 to 3 players buying that bad boy regardless. The secondary AUG might not feel necessary anymore. So it's been ramping up, right? Ever since this change came in, the AUG has been appearing more and more and more and more. And I think this time around, if players are still buying the M4 just because it has application in certain...
Has the other game started?
But if you're still opting to move away from the AUG because you're being stubborn, you're going to shoot yourself in the foot.
I mean, we're talking about shooter preference at this point. I mean, have you found any comfort with it, Sean? I mean, obviously we can see players using it around the board here, and then obviously that reluctance from some players saying, "Oh, this is a noob weapon."
Yes, and you realize how insane the AUG is when you watch someone really skilled use it. Like if you watch someone like Zywoo use an AUG, it looks effortless. Yeah. He gets kills so quick. He's literally just melting players when he gets an AUG on CT side. So that is when you really need to look out for AUGs. But I think
Alright, let's get the hype back up. You know, let's pretend that this is the start of the... Okay, you know what we're gonna do?
When you look at teams...
You know what we're gonna do? You ready? I don't care if you don't go for Port Adelaide, but this is what we're doing. Alright? I wanted to do this again just right before the game, but this is the perfect song. I'm not gonna sing though. I really want to go have a smoke. This should be my smoke time right now, because the map should be almost over. And you did? Oh, yeah. Dude, because I'm gonna need a lot of drinks tonight. Because there's a lot of CSGO to watch. The thing is, huh? We're watching it together. Yeah, we'll get your chat. Huh? Dude, but we can watch it together in here. Just look how much room there is. Huh? What do you say? Well, I'm watching on table. Oh my god. It's gotta start. I mean, there's an ad, so that probably means that there's more delays. Dude, I just want this to start. Dude, I need to go to IEM Sydney.
Think you can't clutch through a smoke while recording in full resolution and streaming the play to the world?
Dude, I just want this to start. Okay, let's talk, okay, let's make this interesting. You know, we're all here together, gathered for the same reason. To watch the stupid major. And like, the thing is, they're doing 2 lots of best of ones tonight. So that's a lot of CSGO, there's 2 Renegades games. Like, at least there's other Counter-Strike that's sort of interesting in between. I wish they spread out the Asian teams a little bit, but I think they did it to try compensate time zones, but it would have made it easier if these games, they would just spread throughout instead. But dude, I just want this to start. Dude, because we're almost meant to be starting this game. Has this game even started? Yeah, it's gonna be like, once it starts, normally with the major, once it starts, it's all good. Do you guys want to know how much money they're getting from these ads? Alright, so and they get up to 8 minutes of ads. That's the max you can get on here. So let me work this out. So it's 0.002 times by how many viewers are there? 76,000. Call it 76 for now. So it's $152 per 30-second ad, and so over 8 ads, like 8 minutes of ads, so times it by 16, they're getting $2,432 for 8 minutes of ads per hour.
I'm not your daughter. I don't know what I am.
Alita, you are someone very special.
Yeah, the second one's meant to be starting.
Whenever. She's threatening the natural order of things.
I just want the ad revenue just for this one ad. For one ad,
You made the biggest
I'll be
mistake
fine.
of your life.
And what's that?
Underestimating who I am.
Alita, Battle Angel, in cinemas February 14.
Dude, I really need to get to IEM Sydney. Dude, I'm tempted just to change my donation goal to just IEM Sydney. like lagging or not? Got no idea. Well, this game started, so we get to watch this.
Are you gonna bring the chair in?
Yeah, do you want me to bring the chair in? I'm gonna go get a chair.
Put it down and like roll it. Okay, let me do it.
Dude, why would you follow Two Tap Tony? It's in the game that we're meant to be watching, man. That'll do.
This chair is like
I feel like if we go for like a more this approach.
I need to come closer.
Like use both for the cameras, you know. I don't want my mouse caught there. This will do. I reckon. Alright, I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna see if this game started.
It's Valentine's Day soon.
Happy Valentine's Day.
They're going to be loving that. They're going to be pretty low on money after this buy, though, and I think JW maybe thought that the flank was going to come in instead, trying to get on the backside of those boxes towards Bankside. And I think we're going to see half investment here from Fnatic. They're picking up the CZs, they're picking up the Deagle and some utility. So this is not a round that they just want to give up. They know they've done some damage to the economy. They want to keep that money low for the defense.
CZs across the board. As you say, trying to whittle away at the economy, which certainly is not solid on the Chinese side. But we'll definitely turn to the heads, Jason, if they were to pick this one up comfortably.
Yes.
4-0 lead, potentially into Fnatic on another force buy. Not a bad start from the CT perspective at all. Going to be tossing down the smokes though, just to make sure that B short isn't pushed anytime soon. Ooh. Oh, Alman's taking a dink though through his troubles. Does find out information, but it's not worth 75% of his health.
No, that is not enough information for giving that up. And look at the explosion right through the smoke, and they're doing some damage. Exist needs to get just one more kill. Freeman in no man's land. It's so awkward as his teammates are falling, and he's just trying to hold on to the water behind the bomb site. It's not going to happen. Fnatic have swarmed the bomb site. They've taken it over, and you have to feel like this is a safe scenario. If a kill doesn't come out quickly for these last two players, they're going to have to back away.
There we go. There's one. And a second, Kaze spins around for the second headshot onto Exist, and now
what the hell?
this is doable. They have some nades, they have a couple of kits, and the bomb hasn't been planted for too long either.
Both of Fnatic are on the same side of B short. This is very doable. Some spray through the smoke, but it's just the UMP. It's not going to deter them too much. Zhao King's going to go down, back onto the site once more. Spims has a look around, but he's missing. He's going to not have enough time or bullets to deal with the defuse. Does get the knife, get the kills, but still Vici 4-0 in the lead.
That's unreal. I cannot believe there wasn't more aggression from Fnatic through that smoke. Both players at sandbags.
So Fnatic, they're probably like the highest ranked team at this stage of the major. You remember watching Vici, yeah?
That knife right at the end gonna help out with the money.
They're like, everyone's saying that they're gonna go 0-3, okay? And they're starting off good.
This is such a sketchy buy. Kaze has the AWP, but 3 SMGs and M4 on Zoking. This is gonna be tough. Here's the gearing over. Great nades from Fnatic, bring him down, but he's still going to hold his ground until just now. Backing away, didn't see enough.
Yeah, it does feel a bit telegraphed at this stage. Vici have pushed the same balloon sort of angle every single round, including the pistol round. So Fnatic, they're reading the situation, and as you say, that chunk is going to sting.
It's also, I mean, just to begin with, it's a pretty popular spot to pre-nade as well from the T side. We see it frequently.
Dude, I just want this stupid Renegades game to start.
Fnatic getting used to having a Vici aggression in that position. Here's a anti-flash setup out towards long. Kaze gonna miss that. Oh, that is a tough shot to miss. More often than not, you're gonna see that hit with ease. It's JW, not expecting the second player, but a perfect reaction. Headshot, and that's gonna force the rotation. That's gonna split this defense in a big way.
Playing with the MP9 up close. You have the tag team duos in effect. And as a knee-jerk reaction to the kill that JW picked up on long, they can't put all their eggs in any baskets here. Molotov does get extinguished from the smoke of Monster, but the set play is incoming. MP9's tailor-made for this sort of an angle. Not quite enough bullets in the magazine, though, to pick up a second. And that just mounts the pressure on Advent's shoulders. He is all alone. His 2 teammates haven't quite bunched off A just yet. Now they're going to start to make a move in, but Advent has been dealt with. And Fnatic should be picking up their first round with the bomb getting dropped in the water. Why would you take the bomb there? It doesn't cost them, but Jason, I was worried.
Yeah, that is, I mean, that's where we've talked about the nerves of this kind of situation. At this kind of a tournament, you are going to see some of those mistakes. Even though Twist isn't necessarily young in age, at this level of play, he's still relatively inexperienced, especially compared to his teammates. So that could have been.
I feel like this game's about to start.
Final as far back as was that 2014 with LGB that then essentially became the core of the Fnatic domination. So definitely has been around the block and brings a lot to the team. Obviously an older player now. It's crazy how time flies. Look, I just want to say, unfortunate that we had the delay.
Yes, it got perfect timing.
I would rather have a delay at the start due to Valve fixing a bug for the integrity of the game. And have one later in the event for unknown reasons. So I can live with the fact that we were a little bit delayed getting started because, hey, look, they address an exploit that teams can take advantage of, and
Renegades playing Avanger on
possible way. So
well, you've come to the right place. The majors usually does have some pretty good Counter-Strike, and hopefully we can get underway.
Like at the Boston major.
Avanger versus Renegades, the inaugural game here at the major will be Avanger. A slight disadvantage, I guess, starting on the T side here. It's not favoured for sure. As we get into things, we'll have a look at the buy. 1 smoke, 1 flashbang, and you can see most of the players making their way towards
this major's so
area.
broken
so
far.
All one towards connector. We can see a player in the form of JKS ready to frag at that.
Yeah, it's finally gone.
He's pretty good with that USB. We'll see if
he
he can find the headshots there.
Yeah, the off angle
this is either going to go really good or really bad.
Oh,
got a kill, got the information, and he got out.
Pistols to his advantage. Finds the headshot on Crizit. So, opening pick. In the opening round, for the major on both these teams, goes to Renegades.
Looked like a bit of a wild bullet there. Not necessarily the player he was aiming at, as he was moving while firing, but still, he gets an opening pick, and that's exactly what he wanted. That's going to push them back towards outside. Gets still there with the smoke and flashbang. You can see 3 CTs ready to rock and roll towards outside, and there's still plenty of time on the clock here. CS seems known for their slower paced T-side gameplay. As we see Buster and co head towards the Ivy position. At this point, it does look like head towards outside, probably a smoke towards the left-hand side of Ivy, head out towards the sunny side and have one player just holding inside for any rotations, anyone flanking towards the pop dog. That'll be Kikets, as it will be now Liaz holding towards the Ivy, but he takes his vision away at the worst possible time. Buster does get towards the end of the Ivy with the PT-50 and a smoke down as well. Liaz loses vision, and where do they go from here?
Trying to find someone through the smoke. add to the advantage, down to 26 seconds.
Oh.
Faction finds Buster, just saw enough of him through the ladder, at the top of the ladder, I should say. The edge of the smoke.
This is clean.
This is impressive from Renegades. No one even losing any health at this point in time. No damage, that changes. As soon as I say anything, it does. But Liaz is able to collect, and that's a solid round. They didn't overcommit. They got the advantage. They allowed them to fall back. No problem. They played it as they should.
Yeah, absolutely. That's all down to JKS. So shoving them towards outside there. That initial kill, I feel like that doesn't come in. If JKS spots them, they might still commit towards the inside area. Try and get that plant down. All teams do focus on the inside area.
Look how broken this is.
You are almost guaranteed the bomb plant. Much more difficult to get it down outside because it's an open area. You need more smokes, more utility in general, just to get near the bomb site. So we should see the full eco here from Avanger with no bomb being planted, and indeed just P50s and some Glocks. You have got Fitch and a Deagle, so he's investing a little bit more, as we'll see if they can do any damage here in round number 2. I doubt it. To be honest, we'll see if there's anything that can be done. If Renegades are smart, they just want to keep these rifles up. You can see they focus on firepower completely. A lot of teams, especially in CSGO in today's game, they'll get the MP5s out, they'll get MP9s, all that sort of stuff. They want to challenge those AKs in the 3rd round and actually be viable to win it and get a 3-0 on the board. As if you come into with the 3rd round with UMPs, a shotgun, something like that, you're going to be at a disadvantage. So right now they have 5 rifles and they want to have all their utilities. They need a nice clean round here. That's a great start. They have to take down Fitch, and you can see they don't have to overcommit. Just need to get that information. Just need to hold them back, and when they feel like they're under pressure, just make sure they go into those crossfires here. Jake can maybe towing the line between aggression and discipline. He'll see whether he can stay alive. He cannot, as he'll go down first, but Liaz fighting back there.
Og's already out, so we'll see a lot of them at this major. I do agree with the sentiment on the desk that you either adapt or you're going to have to deal with the consequences.
Dude, Liaz.
Shot to Jane, not using the scope. Quickly back out in position, and he collects. Ace for him as well. Only the 2nd round, and we've already got an ace in the major. Liaz the one to do it. The new man, the new blood, who's quite a following in Australia, according to the chat and the boys on the desk. But just to go back, you know, guys like Scream, who are always tweeting out about it or putting it on social media that they hate the AUG. You know what? It's time to accept it. This gun is extremely powerful.
It absolutely is, and with the price reduction, you're going to see a lot of it at this major. And I'm excited for to see what teams